Hi, this is Goddess Burning Seer for memoirs memoirs of a high priestess. This is where I talk about my story, where I talk about my life, my story, and yeah. So I don't remember when this was. So in 2022, I guess, because things are starting to come to me, so I want to share them. So I decided to use Sinclair as my last name before legally it was, because on social media it's not necessarily um, illegal to use another name on your social media. So I use Sinclair because at where I worked at the time at Sac State, a lot of students, when they ordered stuff online, they were using just any type of freaking name. So I was like, well, dang, let me, use Sinclair. I'm gonna eventually change it to Sinclair, but let me use it. So that's when I started changing. That's when I started using Sinclair on social media, particularly Facebook. And when I put it, and when oh my God, what am I saying? Blank. So when I put it on Facebook, social media, a whole bunch of other Sinclairs started friend requesting me. And I just was like, oh, we're all family. And these people are from Puerto Rico, Haiti, Jamaica. Of course, there's slave owners, particularly in with the last name Sinclair in those areas. Jamaica and the Caribbean, all that. So I was like, I knew that I had connections in Jamaica, blood ties and bloodlines in Jamaica. I knew I did. But, it was a lot of people sending me friend requests on Facebook. And I was like, my Uncle Claude was friends with some of them. But my Aunt June was friends with none of them. And so I was like, that's weird. You know, that's weird. So I just, blew it off and whatever. And I said, and then I thought, we all can't be family. Like, we all can't be blood family because this is too many of y'all. So, um, so I just was, I was researching and going through everybody's like page. And some people I would unfriend because I'm like, nah, I don't think we're related. And so there was one time where I came across one, because a lot of these people, I don't know what it is about the Sinclair name, but there's something royal about that name. There is something spiritually royal about this name because a lot of these Sinclairs classified themselves as high priestess, high priest. There's something about that. And so at the time I didn't know anything. I'm just like, whatever. High priestess, what is that? And so I always depend on spirit. Okay, so I always is like, God will let me know in due time. And so, but I still kept on my, because I'm a scholar. I have 3 degrees, so I'm investigating and looking and critiquing and looking at details and stuff. So there was this one high priestess. She classed herself as a high priestess, and um, she had put her ancestry on her Facebook. And I said, "Oh, you have ancestry." And so I went to my ancestry account and I tried to put her name in there and I didn't see it. And I said, that's weird. You're a Sinclair and your name is not on my ancestry. That's weird. And so I commented to her and I said, I don't see you anywhere on Ancestry. And she goes, oh no, it's because I didn't allow you to look at my tree or whatever. And I said, no, I can't look at a lot of people's trees, of course. Yeah, but your name should still pop up, right? I'm not stupid, okay? So I'm just like, no. So I unfriend her because I said, okay, now I'm understanding that, again, I'm a scholar, I'm an anthropologist, and and a historian. So I know that during slavery, a lot of slaves, after they were freed, some of them made up their own last names, and some of them took the last name of their slave owner. So I was thinking, okay, are you a Sinclair by blood or are you a Sinclair by association? See, a lot of people think I'm dumb, like I don't know, I don't know anything. Which, yeah, okay, I didn't know nothing about being a high priestess. I didn't know nothing about that. I didn't even know that it's connected to the Sinclair bloodline. I didn't know none of that. But I know how to investigate and look up things. I know how to put two and two together. So I was like, okay, so you're a Sinclair by association, because she was like, oh, my mom's a Sinclair, but I am a Sinclair, da 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 da. But I said, but the thing is, you have to understand that a lot of slaves took on the last name of their slave owner. It didn't mean that they were blood related. It just means that they're a Sinclair by association. That's how I say. I don't know how anybody else says, but you're associated because he or she owned your ancestor. So I started unfriending a whole lot of them because I said we're not really blood related, or you're not of the royal bloodline. So, you know, and so that though now I think about it, I could have been attacked by one of those. Like one of those people could have attacked me because they're thinking because in these readings it keeps talking about, oh, this person's jealous of you, and and I'm thinking, jealous of what? Like what are you jealous of? Oh, okay, you're jealous because I am a Sinclair by blood. I am a high priestess, rightfully a high priestess, and you're mad because you think I don't know nothing and I'm dumb. Yeah, I come off as dumb. I do come off as dumb sometimes. That's why a lot of people take advantage of me. I'm isolated because a lot of people take advantage of me, and I'm tired of it because I don't know what it is that people see. I really honestly don't know what people see. I think, a lot of people think they could just. So that's why I'm isolated, because I just, I try to be nice to people. I try to be helpful. I try to be loving. And then people take that as a weakness. And they just, I don't know what these people thought. I really honestly, I mean, partially, they think I'm dumb and I don't know. But it's like, one thing I don't really talk about is my anthropology degrees and my history degrees. I don't talk about that, So maybe, excuse me. So maybe people thought I was dumb because I don't talk about that. Maybe people think I'm dumb because I'm so trusting and I believe people when they say something. Now I don't believe people and I don't trust people. Like, you guys show me now. Or sometimes I don't even have time. I don't have the patience no more. Oh, is it starting to rain again? Oh, yeah. It's been raining and thunderstorms, and the wind has been crazy. And I'm like 98, 99% almost done with this spell, this death spell that was put on me by probably one of them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these people were in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, Haiti. And see, the thing about Puerto Rico is really, really, really racist. I've learned about that because I was watching KVIE. What program was this? I don't know if it was POV or, but there's like a KVIE program where it talks about Puerto Rico and Haiti and the whole relationship that they had. Whole valid, I can't even see it. Volatile relationship that they have between those two countries. And they said Puerto Rico is really racist. Like, they do not like Haitians at all. I mean, a lot of them don't like Haitians at all. And it was a story about this Haitian woman who was born in Puerto Rico. She was born in Puerto Rico, and they didn't want to give her her papers with 1111. They didn't want to give her her papers and her card, but she needed her papers and her card. She needed her papers and her card, you know, because she had kids, and I don't quite remember the whole story. I just know she needed her papers for whatever reason, and they wouldn't give it to her because she was Haitian. And they didn't believe her when they said that she was born in Puerto Rico, what she was. And even her mom said that, yeah, she was born in Puerto Rico, because there was a time where a lot of Haitians ran to Puerto Rico because something was going on in Haiti at the time, and they took refuge in Puerto Rico. And then they took refuge in Puerto Rico, and Puerto Rico after some time kicked them all out, and they all went back to Haiti. But there were people born in Puerto Rico, and they don't want to acknowledge them. So that's what's going on. And so that's how I learned. And they did interviews with a lot of Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans were like, nah. And there's still, even today, there's Puerto Ricans that don't want to say that they're black, but they are black. And not all Puerto Ricans are black, but some of them are clearly have some black in them, and they don't want to acknowledge that at all. So, again, like I said, a lot of these Sinclairs are coming out of those countries, Puerto Rican, Haiti, and Jamaica. And I'm just, so the thing about it, though, is nobody in this Sinclair family, and nobody in my Sinclair family, and nobody in these other communities believed my status. And so they thought they could do whatever they wanted. But there's something going on with, like I said, the Sinclair the bloodline. There's something going on with the bloodline where I don't quite know, but there's something valuable. Because if there's people trying to take me out, there's something going on. Like, I don't know if there's some land in Jamaica that is promised to somebody. I don't know. I actually quite really want to know what's going on, because if somebody knows, please let me know. Contact me, because 1414, because there's something serious. Because for somebody to put a death spell on me, it's something serious. It's something that somebody wants. It's some type of spiritual inheritance or something that somebody wants. That somebody wants to claim for themselves. But rightfully, I'm the blood heir. Clearly, I'm the blood heir. Because you can't take me out. I survived the whole death spell. So these people I just remembered all of this, because all of this is coming to me now. Because I'm like, something else is going on. I have a physical and spiritual inheritance that, and a lot of people do. And that's why it's so important for people, 1515, it's so important for people to know their ancestry because there's a reason why you're being attacked. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why we're being attacked. There's a reason why we have spell work and after spell work and after spell work put on us. As the sun comes out, there's a reason why we're being constantly attacked. And I don't I don't think that people should do what I do and reveal certain things. Hey, I you need to calm down. Excuse me. Anyways, I don't appreciate. I really don't appreciate that people thought it was okay to, oh, let's attack her. Let's attack little old her. But I got a whole army of ancestors behind me. Not even behind me, beside me. Anyways, I don't think that, if you don't want to, you don't have to rebuild all the stuff that I'm rebuilding. I'm just saying, like, I think people should start speaking their truth because somebody is going to get, somebody is going to be inspired by you. Somebody is, and you have to be creative about how you put your information out there because these days people, as you saw with me getting out of the death spell, people will do anything for money, for clout, all this stuff. I mean, I've learned that the same thing that I do, because I don't need to create fake pages. Like, I'm gonna show up to you on my page, and you know what I'm saying. I don't need to create a fake page. I have 3 pages on Facebook, and they all have all my pictures on there, on the cover. So it's like I'm not hiding nothing. So I don't know why you think I'm hiding anything. Um, I just wanted to share this little bit of information from me because, and the sun's right here too, because as I remember certain things, um, the thunder, oh my goodness. I'm so glad. I had to walk to the store and get, everybody something to drink and eat a little bit. So I'm glad that I went before it started thundering because some people love thunder, but I don't like thunder really. I mean, well, it's not really the thunder that I don't like, it's the lightning. Because lightning can hit you, and being a spiritual person, 1919, you attract things. That's why I don't ever like to be outside. The thunder is fine. It's just the lightning that I don't like because I don't want to get hit, and I attract things to me. So, you know, so it's not necessarily the thunder that scares me. It's just the lightning. But anyways, I'm actually glad that there is a lightning storm, a thunderstorm, because we barely we barely got a thunderstorm last year. And now they're coming this year, and I'm like, yes. Oh, here's the thunder. It's over there. It's over there. So that would be the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So it's east, it's southeast, southeast. Yes. So this is one thing that I love about this house that I live in. The sun is right here. As you can see, as on the other videos that I did, the sun is right here. So that's how I know. And the sun rises over here, so the east, and then it comes over the house, and it sets in the west behind me. So then and then I know that's South Sacramento, and that's North Sacramento. So I just said where I live. Actually, I actually didn't. Because Sacramento has many different cities within a city. So 2121. So there's, and that's another thing about what I'm learning about with the Doridrigans, my ancestors, my Celtic ancestors. That's how it was with them. Like it was um, many different settlements within a big area. And that's interesting to know. And I will be putting information about that on there. My mom is calling me. I'm going to end it right here. This is Memoirs of a High Priestess, where I talk about my life, my my experiences with changing my name, and just my life experiences. So, Goddess Runic Seer, and I'll see you later. Bye.